Good morning. It's still, what time is it? It's about just before 6. The sun's just starting to rise. I don't know if you can pick it up, but the animals are still making all the jungle noises, all that. Bit of useless information. See if you're in the Far East or a jungle environment in the tropics. See if you hear the frogs going mental, the frogs croaking all at once. That means it's going to rain. There you go. Bit of useless information for you. Right. Yesterday, I learnt a couple of lessons. Not a couple of lessons. The page was good to me. Number one was my transfer window thing. I got that wrong. The transfer window was open, and the other ones were asked whether I should start to talk more about rumours about transfer targets and people, because I'm a bit unsure of myself at the moment. I'm still finding my feet with this. I wouldn't say it's overwhelming, but it's certainly, wow, what's happening here with this stuff, especially stuff talk with PR Mickey, the potential, what can happen. Like I say, I'm going to venture out with the Rangers sphere if it goes well. Oh yeah, and I asked people, what was it I was going to say? I asked people if I should do the transfer rumour thing. Maybe start to talk about it, but I've never done that because I thought, well, now the page is a lot more busy. Should I start to do that? And people, like I say, I'm a bit unsure of myself at times now at the moment. And people, no, excuse me, basically it came down to if it works, don't fix it. So I've built, because I think I'm at 41, touching the 41,000 follows or likes, whichever it is, and each and every one of them is generic. I've never ever paid. Oh no, I did. I paid for when the page first started. I was hammered one night and I paid for an advert, and I think I got about 6 followers from it. So electrolytes and water. So no, basically people said, like we say in engineering, if it works, don't fix it. So I've built. I hate saying the word reputation because it sounds as if I'm kissing my own backside, but I seem to have built a reputation that people. I've built the page and people like what they see. That's why so many comment, and like I say every day, and I'll never not say it. The quality of replies I get is brilliant, and the interaction you have with each other. And I tell you what, I can't. You know what? This just dawned on me. I can't remember seeing in the last 2, 3, 4 weeks any real arguments or anyone calling anyone a so and so. I mean, I've deleted a few things. It was I better remove that. But I think I've messaged most of you when I've removed it. Say, look, I'm removing this because of X, Y, Z. But let's say I think I'm at over 10,000 bands of Celtic fans, which is, to me is frightening. And it's frightening, and it shows you how scared they are. Anyway, forget about them. So I learned a lot from you guys, and that's I was like, oh, aye, like I say, I, if I'm going to run the page honestly, I've got to be honest when I make a mess up. But yeah, but that's like I say, if it works, don't fix it. So yeah, and as I've said to you, when I say I'm going on a bender, I'm just going up to Patty for a few days for a few beers. I'm meeting Stealth Gary, as I call him, that's my admin guy on here that keeps an eye on things and just that's in case I get banned on my regular page, my regular personal account, because I get banned all the time on that for 30 days. So, but I'm really on it now because I'm on here. Um, and also I want to thank you to my pal Gregsy. He'll know what I mean. Gregsy is a guy I've got up to so much nonsense with over the year, especially in the Glasgow club scene. We were in the tunnel and the arches and all that back in the day in the 90s, the early 90s, when it was the tunnel was at its peak. It kind of died, it kind of went downhill, but never went downhill. It just changed after about 1998, 99. For me, the tunnel's the best club ever. But me and Gregsy got up to all sorts back then, just normal clubbers, and that's how I met Mickey McMonagle. That's helping me. But Gregsy, yeah, yesterday he. I'm not going to tell you his job. It's not fair. I don't want to give too much information. But he started messaging me, giving me ideas. You know what I mean? And he told me actually. He didn't say don't go on this bender, but he said, look, you've got a good thing going here with this page. Don't mess it up. You don't need to go on a bender. And I've not had a proper drink in a while. No, I'm not a big drinker. I've not had a proper drink in a while. I think most of these not work offshore when you're 3 weeks, 28, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, which is fine. It's given me a good life. But and he said, look, all the guys in the page are saying go on, but me and my other pal Brian, we both know you. So read into that what you will. But what I've done already, I think I've got 4 videos lined up scheduled to post, and I think they're talking points. One of them will be a bit one of them I'm half thinking of pulling because it could get out of hand. Nah, just leave it. But if the thing is, the reason what I'm saying is I probably won't be doing videos like this, just because I want to drink anyway and all that, and you can mess up, you know. I'll certainly do posts if a player comes in. But what I have enjoyed actually is reading other pages and YouTube things like Four Lads Have a Dream, the Rangers Journal. What else is there? You know them all. They're all brilliant. Heart and Hand, they're brilliant as well. What's the chap's name? Stevie. I might have got them mixed up, but I sit there like that, listen to him, just nodding my head. You know, very knowledgeable chap. The thing is, do you know? Here's another thing. Since all this really kicked off, not just for me but the takeover, I can't remember once watching any of the Rangers blogs, Rangers Facebook, Twitters, YouTube page and think, nah, that's absolute knickers. There's a few that I didn't agree with, but that it was a disagreement, as in, nah, I don't quite agree with that. Not an aggressive, no, you're talking BS thing, you know, because I think that the quality of people we've got within the Rangers family, the Rangers online thing is absolutely brilliant. I know that sometimes we argue and all that. And listen, especially on Twitter, I know I've been no angel over the years. You know, I mean, I might get a new Twitter account, actually just start again, but I'll see what happens there. But again, if you can follow my YouTube, the link's somewhere in there. It's in the see the pinned post. The link's in there. It's a picture of me with a cat. The cat's over there. Well, one of them is this, not that one. But she spied something. She's going to get something. Anyway, sun's coming up quite early over the mountain there. There's some good. I'm not going to mention any players' names, but it's the quality of player that we seem to be looking at. Thinking that's all right. Like when I went onto YouTube and looked at them, YouTube would make me look good, and I was never good at football. I'm 51. I need landing permission to get out of my bed if I'm in a top bunk offshore. I need to phone the heli admin and say, look, it's me getting out of bed. It's not an engine tripping or something blowing up. So even though I'm 51 and I still think one day Rangers might sign you, that's what the club does to you, isn't it? But I actually got a brilliant. There's like Oz, if you're watching this, right? My mate Oz, I worked in Saudi Arabia for quite a few months, few trips, and all me and Oz did was laugh. You know, I mean, he was a derrickman. If you're in the offshore game, you'll know what a derrickman is. And I wouldn't say he hates football. He's got absolutely no interest in football. I think Oz is a motorbikes guy, you know, the TT or the Formula One, one of the two, but he's got no interest. And he was one of these guys. He would he likes a drink, right? And he'd see the flights he's missed from the Middle East, and every time I used to go past the Irish bar, and in Dubai in the airport, I was like, I wonder if Oz is in there. You know what I mean? I've got a story about the Irish bar. It's something I did in there once in Dubai airport, but that's for another day. It wasn't illegal, by the way, before anyone jumps on that one. But Oz messaged me a few days ago, and I'll put I'll put the screen grab below me, and it was quite a nice thing. He says, "Look, I've got no interest in football." He says, "I can't help but watch you talking about football and Rangers." Right. Then this morning when I woke up, just like an hour ago or so, I messaged Oz, you know, and he's one of those guys we send the stupid people fails on Instagram and all that, you know. There's Oz, and he said it was along the lines of, and all my mates talk football and all that when I'm out, and I've got no input. But he says now watching the videos and here and reading you guys' comments, he says I'm starting to totally get football. I'm not going to say he's going to get a season ticket. You know, he's from Montrose, I think. He's from Montrose. I think he lives down in the London area now. He's not offshore anymore. That was quite a nice thing. And that's not just me. That's the people on the page as well. See this atmosphere. But anyway, kind of waffling on a bit. But let's see if there's any movement on transfers this week. You know, there's rumours of a £10 million player being mentioned and all that. Like I say, I'm not going to name the players' names. You can Google that yourself. You all know where to go. Oh yeah, do you know where I go for after Twitter when I wake up? I come on here, moderate, just check nothing's mental's happened. Then I go to Twitter. See if you go into, you might know this. A page that I quite enjoy is if you go into Google and search Rangers FC News Now, and what it is, it brings up that page, the web page. What it does, it gathers all. I guess it gathers all anything that mentions Rangers Football Club. It gathers it and puts it into links. I mean, it'll be from the newspapers as well, and it'll be from certain blogs. Excuse me. blogs and stuff like that. And I've found good information all day, and it's right up to date. Like, it'll be, say, for example, I know it's a record before anyone jumps on me. Say the Daily Record has posted something, Rangers are interested in X player. It'll be on 30 seconds later, so it's quite. I've actually got it on my desktop that Rangers news now. The icon's an N, not but aye. So that's similar to look at. Let's see. I've waffled on and I've talked about nothing for 10 minutes really. As usual, thank you very much for following the page and getting involved, right, and just keep doing what we're doing. Let's say, I thank you very much. Cheers.